Hello and welcome back to FrogboyX1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we are going to be taking a look at Guardians of the Galaxy on Xbox Series X. This is a Dolby Vision analysis. Now I'm trying to do more of these. It gets kind of tough because I cannot I cannot record or capture the Dolby Vision. So in order to do that, I have to keep switching between the game, and I for Guardians of the Galaxy, I chose a certain spot in here to where I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, like when it comes up, but it should come up in a second, and then see it Dolby Vision up here in the top, so you know that that's the Dolby Vision on. But I've chosen a sequence, Chapter 4, because I think Chapter 4 really accentuate or really shows, it's easier to watch this section and go through this section and kind of see the difference. So what we're going to do is I'm going to check that out, and I'm going to kind of talk through this and tell you what I see as we're going through. I just got done going through it a couple times on HDR10 just so I could really look at that, and then I went through it on Dolby Vision, and I was looking at stuff and I was seeing. So just right here in the loading screen, it looks so much better in Dolby Vision than it does on the other one. So with HDR10, it'll kind of look like it's got a layer of like a layer of fog or something, like a film all across it, But when you look at this, just looking at this light above, the big round light up here in the top, you could see that there just has way more different shades of a bluish purple tint kind of stuff to it. Over there by Gamora, out that window, there's just so much more different shades of pink and purple and all the other colors. On Star-Lord right here, you can see more depth in his hair, literally more depth in his hair. There's more colors and more contrast in it. It brings it out so much better, and it makes it look more 3D. It actually adds to the texture, to the depth of what's going on around them and their surroundings. And that's the same thing with everything in here. How Dolby Vision works. All right, let's go down here to Chapter Select. We're going to go over here to Chapter 4. This is, like I said, this here gives you a really good contrast because there's just so many vibrant colors in and out and during this first sequence or whatever. Right here in the building, in the facade, you can already see so much more texture and depth in all of this. And then you get to the lights, the red lights around the door, and they look bright and vibrant. Down the sides of these walls, there just looks like there's so much more texture, more detail, more everything. So many more different shades that it actually adds to the texture. Up here, you can see the wall is kind of cracked and broken, and you can see texture in that. It's just not a flat color. Down here around the ground and stuff, as you're walking, you can see way more freaking texture, way more detail. Now, in the back, you can see all the red, but then you get just past that, and you start to see the elevator shaft back there. I mean, you can kind of see it on the picture, right now as we're walking towards that. If you look down through the hallway and into that door, you can see more texture, more detail as you're walking everywhere. Now, I am playing this in the in the ray tracing mode, which is still 4K, but it's a dynamic 4K. So you can still see all the texture, all the detail, everything that is still in this game. Dolby Vision, gosh, the bone helmets that these guys are wearing, you can see more texture in their outfits than you can with HDR10. Over here in Gamora's hair, you can actually see the different tone, the brown and the red in her hair. Even with all the red light and shade around, you can still get that uh, that image. It still looks good. You get in here, you see like the elevator on the ground. This here looks like, oh man, just in these like little grooves, you could see so many different colors, so much more. I mean, over here when you get close to Dax, you could see like the actual freaking texture in his skin while you're standing right next to him. Groot, let's see, can you see? I mean, if I had to, okay, right down here, like you look down there and you can actually see vegetation on those freaking rocks with the different shades and everything in there. It looks so good. Right here, the texture in this elevator shaft as we're going up, you could see like different colors, different textures. The bottom of this ship, you know, those ships right there, the colors just really pop a lot more, and they add to the atmosphere of everything in here. Like it looks, wow, this looks great. This looks great. I mean, the way the characters look. This game here, I honestly think this is a pretty good showcase. If you're trying to show somebody the difference between Dolby Vision and HDR10, this is definitely the one to be like, whoa, I don't ever want to see that out of Dolby Vision again. Like this looks in freaking incredible. Okay, like look down around this like little circle part right here. You could see so much freaking texture in all of that. Up over in here, you could see all the texture in this rock face, in that skull sitting right there. You can see all of that back there, all the color and everything. It adds so much freaking depth to the image. It's not even funny. Like all of this different texture and underneath rock right here. Okay, this hallway right here. On the HDR10, it just looks, it looks all right or whatever. But with this, there's so much more detail in this image as you get to the top of this elevator shaft and you start walking. I mean, the grate underneath, the texture and the freaking rock ground right next to everything over here back in there. It doesn't look all, the color doesn't look all blown out. Like it does look blown out right there on the recording. But I assure you, all of this right here, not the lights, but in here, this here's got so much more texture, so much more detail. Dax's character, like you can see like so much more of the texture in his skin. This just looks phenomenal as opposed to HDR10. Like literally looks phenomenal. The rust color in the freaking grate right there, you could see that a lot better. Like this right here, the shadow, the light, like it's all red right here, and then up here it starts to get like a darker, but it's still got like the red shine. And up there on the statue, oh my gosh, there's a lot of detail in here. You get a lot of detail with Dolby Vision just because it can reproduce so many different colors accurately, that it's not just using like a static metadata, it's actually using metadata. Back here on this fire, you can see like the little blue white sparks that are coming up from that. Down here on the ground, like that texture looks way more real than it did. It looks plastic with HDR10. Lady Hellbender, you can see her, but you can't see her. Like this dude's skin, like her skin looks more realistic. It doesn't look all plastic like it does on HDR10. This guy's fabric in his cloth, like look at the different shades in his hair. You can see so much texture in this thing's skin. It's not even funny that you can't see it. Just looks kind of plastic in HDR10. This dude, these guys right here, my freaking gosh, look at the arms and the legs. They just, so much more detail in all the ground. You can kind of see Lady Hellbender, in which, like in HDR10, her hair looks brown. With Dolby Vision, There are so many different shades of red in her hair. It's not even funny. Like, oh my gosh. Like her skin tone looks amazing in this. The different shades of red in her hair. This guy right here, you can see like the texture in his body still, even when it starts to get darker, like in his teeth and everything, in his mouth. There's so many different shades that it brings out so much detail. On the skin, the different colors of the different shades of purple that like bring out the different detail and stuff. That's what Dolby Vision does to your image. It represents so many more colors that it pulls out so much more detail in the image. Like, my freaking gosh. Like, Dax's skin looks like skin. Her face looks freaking clean, and like it looks so good. It's not even funny. Like with HDR10, it kind of looks a little plasticky, but with Dolby Vision, it looks a lot better. A lot better. Like, her hair looks so freaking good with the Dolby Vision. You can see more detail in the back of her claw, in the front of her armor right here, like the crab skin or whatever. It looks more realistic. You can see like fine lines in her face, in his face, in his eyes, in her eyes, the reds, the different shades of red all through her hair. Looks phenomenal. Like the different colors on the little bone teeth looking things, like in his beard. Oh my gosh. The jacket, it looks more like a realistic texture of what that jacket would look like. It doesn't look plasticky anymore. Like, nothing looks plasticky. All of the material looks much better because of the fact that the color is being accurately represented through Dolby Vision. Like, this looks so great. So great. The different colors of like, you can see like his pores better because of the Dolby Vision. Like, I'm telling you, man, the skin in this game with HDR10 looks kind of plasticky, but with Dolby Vision, it looks more realistic. It looks like realistic skin shades. The tone looks better. Their eyes look better. His boots. This looks pretty cool, man. All of Rocket's fur looks so much. There's so much different color in there that it looks so much more realistic. Like the yellows in her hair, like the reds, the yellow, the green in Gamora's face looks so freaking vibrant. So vibrant, so good. This is incredible. Now, like, his hair looks pretty freaking good. Like, her freaking, oh my gosh, the green in her face. Purple in her eyes, man. That looks so freaking beautiful. So vibrant. Wow, man. You notice, I'm telling you, man, like, this is just stuff that you notice. Like, after watching this a few times and then coming back, and like, you see so much more stuff that you're like, wow, this is incredible. Whoever said that freaking Dolby Vision is not a game changer, like, probably should get thicker lenses. Because, oh, look at Groot. Like, look at the way the green just shines off as he's shooting, man. My gosh. Oh, the fire just looks better. Everything just, oh my gosh, this looks so much better. It looks like there's more of a warm color tone to it, and it just looks a lot more realistic. To be completely honest with you, the texture in the ground makes it look like rock instead of plastic. It literally looks amazing. Now, I wasn't planning on going like this far into it, but like when we get down here, I'll kind of stop and talk a little bit more about it. But this is just kind of what I mean when I'm talking about Dolby Vision. Dolby Vision is amazing. It is a game changer, and I think it looks far better in video games. I think it looks far better in video games than it does in your typical like movies or anything, because with video games, they program in all this stuff. You know, the artist is like, okay, well, I want it to look this way. And then with Dolby Vision, it gives them way more to work with. Whereas HDR10 is good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love HDR10, but HDR10 usually deals with, you know, blacks and brights, like darks and brights. Whereas Dolby Vision will give them access to every color across the whole color gamut. And that will allow them to, when you look up in the sky, you don't see like the banding. You just get all the different shades of blue that go into making the sky, you know, even next to the sun or whatever. Dolby Vision is a game changer. The fact that Xbox has brought that to the Xbox platform is freaking amazing. And the fact that the developers are actually using it, it adds so much more to the immersion. It's not even funny. Now, a lot of people, you can sit 5 foot, you know, 8 foot back away from your TV. You can do that. You can sit back there and you can look at it and be like, I don't really notice a difference. You do, the farther away from your TV, the more clarity you do lose. But when I'm sitting this close and I'm seeing all of this fine texture in their faces, in the grounds, in the environments around, I'm being able to see more visuals, more of the visuals in their actual interpreted, you know, color range. It's amazing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You like literally have to see this up front to understand just how important Dolby Vision can be for your games. Now, not all games do it good. Not all games do it good. Some are just going to use the infinite contrast ratio with, you know, Dolby Vision to either enhance brightness or, you know, enhance the image, you know, the contrast in the image, like in darker areas and stuff, and be able to give you more. Because like when you're sitting there watching Lady Hellbender up on her thing and you can and it's dark, well, all the blacks aren't crushed. Like, I could see like her face tone, I could see like, you know, her armor and the silhouette and everything, and like, and I can see that detail that I might be losing, you know, with HDR10 or with just the color, you know, the blacks being crushed. It looks good. The difference in contrast ratio and the difference in color is what makes Dolby Vision really pop. So I'm a big fan of Dolby Vision. As soon as I saw that in video games, and as soon as I started going through all my games and like seeing how good it looked in a lot of them, I was sold right then and there. Like, you get, not only are we now getting higher fidelity visuals, but now we're getting higher fidelity color, which is awesome. And trust me, Dolby Vision really brings out the different textures because it can produce more colors. And with an OLED TV, with infinite contrast ratio, it looks amazing. Like, it literally looks amazing on the OLED. Like, there's no way around that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short. I've been talking about it for a while. I do encourage you, if you have access to Dolby Vision, to play this game. It's free on Gamepass. Download this and really look at it and see for yourself if you think I'm crazy or what. But this is the perfect game to check out Dolby Vision on, and it's probably one of my favorite by far in like showing you the differences and being able to explain the differences when it comes to Dolby Vision. Another good one is Far Cry 6. So download this on Game Pass, check it out, and tell me what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. But don't forget to watch one of these. Have a good night, and we will see you. Don't forget to like and subscribe either.